Afternoon. It is an absolute stonker of a day. It is beautiful. I'm on my way down to my storage barn because I've got to do some car juggling, but I'm not going to talk about that on this video. I want to talk about petitions, all right? I've got 3 petitions that I want to talk about. Number 1, the petition to hold a general election. Number 2, the petition to get rid of Sadiq Khan. And number 3, the petition that's quite a recent one, to stop all immigration right now. So, as we know, right, the petition system in the UK, you've got a number of different petition systems. The main one is the official government petition website that's only just been relaunched since they changed the government back in the summer, which was quite suspicious that it took them so long to do that. Another one, you've got change.org. They're like a campaigning organisation. You can start petitions on there. And a couple of these are in different places. The first petition I want to talk about is the general election one. Now, you might need to correct me on the facts here, but I'm fairly sure that petition reached 3 million signatures. That is huge. In the UK, if a petition reaches 100,000 signatures, that means that they will sit down and debate it in Parliament. This one reached 3 million. And then I think they closed the petition. Now, the reason they closed the petition was because although legally, according to the petition rules, it could have stayed active until May next year, it would have been highly embarrassing if the whole country had signed the petition, because then it would have been dead obvious that what we needed was a general election. So they cut that one short and they said, oh, you know, they sent a generic email out. Oh, Parliament does this and Parliament does that and democracy this and democracy that. And basically they just parred everybody off. But what that did do, although we all knew we were going to get parred off, what it did is it showed the mood of the nation. The second one I talk about, the second one I want to talk about in the same vein is the Sadiq Khan petition. So Sadiq Khan is the mayor of London. He is fully signed up to C40 cities. If you haven't watched my video on C40 cities after this one, go on your YouTube search bar and type in Jeff Buys Cars C40 cities, and you'll be able to find out what Sadiq Khan is all about and how he's connected to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and lots of other dodgy organizations whose names keep popping up in anti-human agendas, basically. Anyway, Sadiq Khan is on the New Year's honours list. That means they are going to knight him. The irony of that is that means they're going to, I think it's the king, stand there with a sword and put a sword on each side of his shoulder and say, I dub thee Sir Sadiq Khan. And the funny thing about that is, the only good thing that we've been able to find that Sadiq Khan has done for London is the sale of sharp things like swords. So there's a petition active to stop Sadiq Khan from getting his knighthood. All right. Usually knighthoods are reserved. Well, they used to be reserved for people that have done good things. You know, stuff that is in the interest of humanity, stuff that has furthered the British nation, stuff that has improved the British nation. And it's just become a bit of a joke, hasn't it? The New Year's honours list, you know, cash for honours and all that sort of stuff. But the Sadiq Khan one really does take the biscuit, because it doesn't seem to me that anyone is able to tell me anything that Sadiq Khan has done to improve London. So a petition has been launched by a gentleman that has a superbly well written description as to what Sadiq Khan has done to London and to why it should be signed. And I think the last time I checked that, it was on something like 300,000 signatures. Now, once again, I don't think any of these petitions are going to save anything, but I do think what they'll do is give an idea as to the mood of the nation. Beautiful day today, isn't it? So the nation basically wants a general election and absolutely doesn't want Sadiq Khan to get his knighthood, because he doesn't deserve to have a knighthood. The whole nation knows this. The third petition, which is another interesting one, which is one popped up yesterday, basically said, stop all immigration right now. Stop it right now. Close the borders, stop the boats, everything. Stop the lot right away. And you look at that and you think, well, that's an interesting one, because how many successive governments have got into power based on having a firm stance on immigration? But now the people have had enough. So the people don't want unfettered immigration. They don't want as many people as possible coming across the border. They absolutely don't want to be financing them in 4-star hotels and giving them cash and all the stuff that seems to be happening. So the mood of the people is absolutely turning against everything that's happening. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Like I said, I don't think any of these petitions are going to change anything. 3 million people sign a petition, we don't get a general election. 300,000 people sign a petition to stop Sadiq Khan becoming a Sir Sadiq Khan, and it does nothing. And again, this petition to close the borders, that's not going to do anything either. Because to a layman, right, to you and I, to the normal person, the normal human being, we need an election because Keir Starmer has gone back on everything that he promised in his run up to power. Now, you can't run a campaign on things that you're going to do, and then when you get in power and do the complete opposite. In my basic small brain, that's like a contradiction of the Sale of Goods Act, isn't it? You know, it's got to do what it says on the tin. If you bought a product that said it was going to do X, Y, Z, and you got it home and that product doesn't do X, Y, Z, you're going to take it back. You're going to want to exchange it for one that works. So I absolutely do think that there's a shout for, you know, a snap election, although quite who we'd vote for, I've no idea. And then the Sadiq Khan thing as well. Like I said, to the layperson, to the normal person, the honours list should be for people that have achieved great things on behalf of the nation, people that have done good things in their communities, people that have done good things in sports around the world, perhaps competing, you know, people that have conquered adversity and done good stuff in the name of Britain. Not a weird, like, little angry Muslim man that doesn't do anything on behalf of Londoners or indeed the British people. It's not right. But as I said, it shows the mood of the nation. And again, carrying on with that theme, me as a simple person, right, let's look at the immigration one. And I don't do too much of this on my channel. I know I could go around looking for hotels, and I know it's happening, and I know there's a lot of them, and I know that they're predominantly fighting age young men, and I know that they predominantly come from countries that don't have the same appreciation and respect of women that our country does. So it's a recipe for disaster, isn't it? But in my simple brain, I just go, stop it. Just stop it. Stop it all. Stop it all. Stop spending money on it. Stop telling them that they're going to have things when they arrive. Shut down all the hotels and make the country as appealing to immigrants as it is to British people right now, because we're leaving in droves. But that doesn't work, does it? Because it just seems to me to be so simple. It's such a simple thing to do. You go, well, how do we manage the situation with illegal immigration? Well, we stop incentivising illegal immigration by cutting down all the benefits that they get when they get here. It's as simple as that. You have a robust immigration system that allows legal immigration based on the skill set and what you can offer to the country. But when at the very top, in the honours list, we are honouring people that don't offer anything to the country, what does that say when that filters down? Now, the people in power, they know that public opinion has turned against them. They know that public opinion has turned against all of their policies. And what do? Nothing. Nothing. They trample all over the opinions of the people because they have their agenda and they are pushing it. So no, we won't get a general election. And yes, Sadiq Khan will get his knighthood. And no, even though the simple person thinks that we should just close the borders will never be closed because there's a plan and they're sticking to it. They don't care about you, they don't care about me, and they don't even care if there's 3 million of us that have signed a petition. So that's good news, isn't it? You've got to take things into your own hands, I think. Every man for himself. Work out what you got to do and what's going to be worthwhile for you and your family, because there's no one coming to make life better for you, and the people that do make life better for normal human beings, well, they don't get recognised. But the people that are applauded in this modern Britain that we live in are the people that are actively destroying nations and teaming up with dodgy organisations, dodgy faceless organisations. You know, we really are at that point where the people in power are so far disconnected from the normal man in the street that I don't know. Weapons and cryptocurrency and maybe heavy metals and self-defense training, keeping yourself fit, buy good quality food, don't shop at mainstream supermarkets. I think that's really all I've got. It's interesting, isn't it? I always sign the petitions, and then there'll be people in the comments that'll say, oh, Jeff, these petitions don't do anything. Yeah, I know that they don't, but if you sign it and add your name to it, you become part of the 300,000 people that are standing up and saying, we don't agree with what you're doing. And it's important for other people to see that there are other people out there. You've got to see that there are other people that agree with your opinion on things. You've got to see that there's lots of other people that are looking at the world around us and going, hang on a minute, this doesn't make any sense at all. Rape crimes are horrendous and through the roof. Knife crimes are horrendous and through the roof. Murders through the roof in London, and transport's worse than ever. Pollution's no better. The ULEZ has annoyed basically everybody, and we're giving this man a knighthood. That tells us everything we need to know about the people that are running the show. Anyway, it's a beautiful day, and that wasn't a very uplifting video. Try and do something uplifting today. Do something uplifting. Look at these skies, it's fantastic, and you can guarantee that by tomorrow this will be gone. Right, busy day today, lots of working with cars. I've bought some wings and a door for my brown Volvo XC70. Unfortunately, they're attached to another brown Volvo, so I've got all of that to sort out, but more on that soon. Let me know what you think of the petitions. Let me know what you think of Sadiq Khan getting a knighthood, and even better, on a more positive note, why don't you let me know somebody else that you think should have got a knighthood in the New Year's honours list? Is there anyone that did something really good this year? I don't really know, but there's people that are trying, and they're just being ignored. The people are being ignored. Pitchforks!